What's up, fellas? This is Coach Wade. I was asked by Coach Will to put some things together for you guys tonight for pitching. We're going to start really simple. There are three main parts to what we want to do as we develop as pitchers, as a program. Number one, our preparation needs to improve. We need to do better to take care of our arms, take care of our legs, our conditioning, and also the mental side of it. We need to get better in-game, knowing situations, when to throw certain pitches and what counts and what situations in the game. We're going to watch a video on that today. And also our post-game conditioning. What we're going to do to make sure that we're training our bodies to be ready after an extended start or extended pitches on the mound, how we're going to be able to take care of our arm through running. There's a science to it that I know not all of you are sort of up for understanding, but you're going to have to trust this, or you can look it up on what post-outing conditioning can do for your arm. Right now, just trust us that it's going to help you. So during the off season, or while we're off right now, it's not going to be, a post-start or a post-outing conditioning run, but it will still serve its purpose, just keeping you in shape, making sure your lungs stay in shape, and make sure that you can last mentally throughout a long start or a long inning or a long outing. So I'm going to show you a couple things here. So here we go. All right, so on this screen here, you can see that I've broken down what we need to do for pitching in a few categories. Here's the in-game, preparation, and post-game. I probably could reverse the order there. So we'll start with preparation, which is right here. Our J-band exercises need to be done. I think we're at the age now, we're throwing enough innings, we're throwing enough pitches to where if we don't start preparing our arms, we're going to be like everybody else who ends up doing all this velocity training and whatnot when they get to be 13, 14 years old. And then by the time their senior year rolls around in high school, their arms are blown out, their velocity isn't ticking up anymore, and their tendons are gone in their elbows, and they're having Tommy John surgery. So it does us a whole lot of good to make sure we're committed as a team to do J-band exercises or any of the surgical tubing exercises that you'll see in the video. There are a couple videos out there. I'm going to go with the Jager Band video simply because I've known him for a long time. A friend of mine who I went to high school with, played at Cal State Fullerton, won a national title in 1995, was a huge rep for their company. But I've seen this demonstration done for a long time. Trevor Bauer uses J-bands. Basically, every major league team uses J-bands. College teams, you'll see them in every bullpen that you ever visit. So this is something to take care of our arms. And the video I'll send to you guys, or I'll put it in TeamSnap so you guys can reference it at any time. Just a quick note that the exercises there start at 340, but before that, it's really about safety and how to take care of yourself while using your J-bands. If you go directly to the J-bands website, I get no kickbacks or anything like that. But if you go straight there, you'll see that you can get the junior J-bands. That's what I recommend. They break it down by age. The 12 and under J-bands should be perfect for you. Another thing here that you'll see today is we're going to work on counts. So our counts today for our in-game preparation, it's just going to be mental. Okay, so Will has some physical things for you guys to do mechanically. You'll see that there's room for that in our preparation here. Our power mechanics versus command mechanics. Power mechanics are basically the things that we need to do to increase velocity, and our command mechanics is just that, things we need to do to control pitches. Okay, but today we're going to be working on just the mental part of pitching. So why we're going to throw certain pitches in some counts and why we're going to leave other pitches for other counts, and what our direction should be in certain counts toward the plate in relationship to how the plate might be broken up into quarters or into thirds. It is advanced level stuff, but I think our group can handle it. Moms and dads totally are going to need your help to interpret this for them. Let them see, watch the video with them. It's a pretty long, it's 10 minutes, but this guy is someone who understands the game at a level where our kids need to get to. They need to go there if they're going to be one of the elite teams in the country. So we'll talk about zone pitching and then the beep test. If any of you guys have seen the beep test already, it's no surprise to you. It's pretty difficult. But what I want to do is I want to collect some data from you guys about your conditioning and see how we're going to stay in shape or how we're staying in shape. So the beep test is going to require you guys to do a little bit of running, and there's a good measure for it. So you're not just running for a certain period of time. It's individually based, but it's as many reps as possible. And I'll show that to you in just a few seconds. So let's start with the preparation. So J-Band's exercises. So if I click on this link here, we should get over to YouTube.
Hi, I'm Alan Jacobs, and I'm Jim Zapka. First of all, we'd like to thank you for purchasing our J-Band. Our goal is for you to have years of productive use of your J-Band and that you use it in the safest way possible.
So you're going to notice that this video has a little bit of cheese to it. It's Alan really trying to make sure that he covers his bases staying safe. So the focus is going to be on safety. He's going to talk for a while. So I would just skip forward to about 340. And about 340, it'll start the exercises. So the first exercise, over the head forearm extensions. And China over here, he'll do the demonstrations for you, and you can see that when you go through. Again, there's Alan talking about the clip in relation to somebody's head. Make sure you follow these safety directions. We don't want to see anybody hurt. If you can't clip it here, you can tie it to bedposts or posts around your house or something like that if you don't have any chain link to get to, or you can't get to any chain link. But it goes through all the exercises. The side stretch exercise is number 2. And then we have the diagonal stretch and so on and so forth. Each one we want to hold for a count of maybe 20 seconds or 25 reps. Pay attention to the instruction, although I know it's a little slow, but he is the inventor. This is, I'm telling you, backed by science. You do this every day or on a consistent basis, you're going to have, you're decreasing your chances of having to do a Tommy John surgery or having real serious heart issues later, and increasing your chances of maximizing the velocity in your arm. Okay? This, by the way, is coupled with the long toss program that Jaeger has put out, which has a couple of phases to it. We're going to start that when we get back and we can all get together. Right now, it's a little difficult with coronavirus and all that, but I'll talk you through the phases of it before we ever do it, just to make sure that we have a focus when we play catch. And I'm serious, we cannot talk when we're playing catch. We have so much to get done during that time, especially for our pitchers. And there's some position player specific catch that we need to do, and we'll try to work that out as well. But for now, just these stretches are going to be good for us to get. If you don't have a band, you could simply do the stretches without a band, but I would recommend picking one up or ordering one. All right, so the preparation is done. You'll notice that there are other categories: conditioning, flexibility, the mental preparation, spins and grips. That'll be fun to talk about. Power mechanics, command mechanics, and situations. So we're going to talk about all this over the course of these Zoom rooms, however long this lasts. I might even do more than one a week or a couple a week, and maybe find a repository where you guys can all go and look them up and see them. here we're going to move to the end game. Now, the charts. You guys need to learn that we chart pitches for reasons. We chart counts. We chart results from batters because we want to know how to best pitch them. We want to know how to execute our plan on the mound the best way possible. We want to know where we are missing in our plan. So we need to keep some charts for now. It's probably, we don't have enough players to work charts on the bench, so it would have to be from the coach. It's going to be difficult if I'm coaching third to be able to do that, but I know I've seen Coach Lou go out there or Coach Jesse out there with charts before because it's part of the game. So we'll see who's around and who can keep charts while we're going through our season next year or this year if it picks back up. Our counts, we'll talk about that in just a second, but let me run through these categories. So pace, what you guys don't realize is that pitchers set the pace of the game. We need to be quicker. About 12 seconds between each pitch is what I like to say. We need to talk about losing time toward the plate in our liftoff with our leg. There's a lot of things to talk about that can improve pace of game. And we'll talk about that down the line. Picks and looks, we've covered a little bit. Our coverages, where we're supposed to be in certain situations, the mental in-game processes that we need to go through. Some of you guys wear each base hit or error or ball or wild pitch, and everybody can see it. We know that you're done as a pitcher on the mound, and you don't have faith in yourself. You're begging for a coach to take you out with your body language, and we can't have that. You guys won't be pitching very long if that's the way you're going to treat your team and treat yourself and treat the situations that you're in. Speaking of situations, that's the last one right here. We want to be able to anticipate situations. Like we have first and third or second and third, let's say, nobody out. Good time for the better teams that we're going to see to bunt. They get a runner at third base with one out, which means they can still score with an out. And they also maybe they'll end up scoring a run there. So we might get an out, but they're going to end up scoring a run and then getting a guy to third base with less than 2 outs. That's a pretty good situation to bunt in. There's some picks that we can run. We can run a fake to third and back pick to second. We can run a straight pick to third. We can run a glove pick from our catchers to second if we're confident enough and if we're running enough in that situation. We can pitch around hitters in that situation. There's a lot to learn as far as baseball goes for you little munchkins. So stay with it. Okay, so zone pitching, what is it? So this little link here will take us to a video that's about 20 minutes long. And I do not know this guy, okay, but he is one of the best guys that I've found to talk about pitching first and foremost, but just the game of baseball. He was a former minor leaguer. I think he played 6 years in the minor leagues. And he wanted to, he's giving us a gift. He's trying to tell us how to not make the mistakes that he made. If he only knew the stuff that he knows now at a younger age, he believes that he would have been much more successful pitching in the big leagues. You can see here, he's at a hotel conference, and this is actually being translated into Turkish. They're bringing baseball to them over there. And so he's a sought-after person. He's a sought-after speaker. His name's Dan Blewett. So let's take a look at a couple of things from this video real quick. And you guys can watch it on your own. And then during the week, please ask me questions over Team Snap. Just send me any questions you have about any of these videos or something that you want to do. And you can ask me, what can I do to, I don't know, throw balls on the, on my arm side, make balls, run. And I will teach you how to do that. Okay.
So let's talk about the strike zone and home plate, which is really important. So the count determines where we're going to aim on the plate. And one of the major things that's going to determine where we aim is the concept of margin for error. So margin for error means how much you can miss and still do the job. So if you were kicking into a soccer goal, would you aim to the edge? If there was no goalie, would you aim to the edge? No. You'd still aim for the middle, because then you can miss to the right, you can miss to the left, and still kick it in the goal, right?
I want you guys to understand that we're going to talk about pitching and our ability to miss correctly. It's the same way that good golfers talk about golf. You want to miss a certain shot in golf short, or long, or left, or right and short, or long and left, because there's too much danger in another area on the golf course. The same is true in the strike zone. Some of you guys don't have command because you're not thinking about command. It's not necessarily the mechanics, although you definitely need to do some more with mechanics. But it's just mentally not knowing the count, not knowing when to target the middle of the plate versus targeting other parts of the plate, which hitters, in which situation. So we're going to go through that. I'm going to trust that you guys want to know these things because you want to be elite players. And, you know, there's no judgment as far as how long it's going to take you to understand or get it or practice it. But the quicker you pick it up, the more effective you're going to be. So I would encourage you guys to look and watch and see these things. Parents, if you're forcing them to do it and they hate it, you're killing baseball players. And I would not do that. A little chunk at a time is perfect. They don't have to master every part of the strike zone and pitch selection in certain counts, you know, by next week. This is something that we're going to progress through. But here's the language that we want to use. You want to minimize or have a large margin for error early in the count, stuff like that. A smaller margin for error when the count is not in your favor, so it's tough. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. You guys will have the chance to watch that video on your own, and then go out on your own leisure time and execute that. I don't know how we're going to hold you guys accountable yet. I haven't talked to Coach Ray about that yet. But maybe some videos of your both working on the things that we're talking about. The last thing is this beep test, and this is, you can have some fun with this, but for me, I worked with Blake and Caitlin today. I have some video, maybe I'll upload that
We'll
too.
start Fox.
But it's a tough little test. You'll see down here, the video lasts about 22 minutes. And I will tell you that Blake, along with his sister Caitlin, they got to about 7 minutes into this video, and I'll show you what it is in just a second. They got to level 7.2, and so when they get to 7.2, what that means for them is that next week, or the next time they do this beep test, they need to get to 7.3. Let's see, actually, you know what I'll do is I'll show you that this is no joke, and you might be able to find a video. Let's see. Cleveland Indians. Let's see. Well, it's in there somewhere. But you'll see that the Cleveland Indians also do this for their pitching. So I'll try to find that before we're done here. Here's the beep test. So basically, you're going to hear a lady who's narrating each level you get to. The layout for our family was, it's listed here. Oh, shoot, not that. It's listed here. So you can place down 2 pylons or cones at 20 meters, 60 feet apart. If you don't have 60 feet, use 30 feet, okay, or 10-yard sticks. We used the 30 feet model, so they had to go to the cone and back, and it was pretty cool. To the cone and back between beeps. And what I mean by between beeps, you'll see right now.
5 seconds. Get ready. Push yourself. You got this. Start level 1, 1. Level 1, 2. Level 1, 3.
So as the test goes on, the beeps get shorter and shorter. So you want to pace yourself. So at the beginning, you know, you have a lot of time to get that 60 feet in. As it progresses, you have shorter amount of time, which means you're pushing your endurance. So that's the third thing that we want to do for our pitchers this week. So not a whole lot with the throwing, not yet, in my opinion. I think Will has a good little towel drill for you guys to do, which is good to teach you guys to extend and make sure that you're getting you're making sure to reach out and deliver the ball to the plate with the maximum spin rate and maximum velocity by getting out over your front side and releasing out in front. That towel drill is super good for balance as well. I'll let him fill you in on that. But that's all I have for this, unless I give it one more chance, one more stab at this Indians. Let's see, what did let's see, let's go with beat test audio. There we go. Nope, that's good. Looks like that there. Well, you'll look on your own and you'll see. All right, guys. Have a good evening.